Elon Musk goes to China brings home a win for Tesla. Tesla hasn't broken out in sales by region or country, but by some estimates, it has sold nearly 2 million cars in China to date. To Elon Musk, that's a huge missed opportunity only because full self-driving isn't permitted for complete use in that country. And even if it was, the data from those cars cannot be transmitted back to the US to bolster his autonomous driving dreams further. At least, that was the case. Musk made a surprise visit to China this weekend and seemed to come home with a much clearer path to victory for his newfound AI and autonomy goals. That story kicks off this Monday morning edition of Critical Materials, our morning roundup of electric vehicle and mobility tech news, which will soon be available in email newsletter form for your convenience too. Also on tap today, more from the Beijing Auto Show, and Ford's semi-autonomous driver assistance system faces its own troubles. Let's dig in. What a whirlwind week it's been on the Tesla beat. And for that company, that's really saying something. First, on Tuesday's Q1 earnings call, Musk made more clear than ever that the company's future hinges on AI. Full autonomy and robotaxis, especially as he himself seems bored with actually making cars. And by the end of the week, he was pleading his case in a red carpet visit with Chinese officials to let that country in on the action. Here is the deal. Autonomous or semi-autonomous cars are heavily restricted in China, largely limited to designated suburban areas. Tesla's FSD is also quite limited there. Furthermore, the data from those cars, data Musk believes can be used to train AI for eventual full autonomy, isn't permitted to be transferred from China back to the U.S. When it comes to this stuff, they trust us about as much as we do them on some key issues. Data privacy, national security, sensitive images captured by cameras, you get the idea. So, in China, Musk appealed to government officials to clear up some of this. And it looks like it worked, according to Bloomberg. Now, this will require a tie-up with Chinese tech giant Baidu, but hey, nothing comes for free. The U.S. carmaker was granted the approval under certain conditions, according to a person with knowledge of the matter, who asked not to be identified because details of all the criteria aren't clear. Tesla did manage to clear two of the most important hurdles, reaching a mapping and navigation deal with Chinese tech giant Baidu Inc. and meeting requirements for how it handles data security and privacy issues. While Tesla initially enjoyed a red carpet welcome in China, its fortunes have faded recently as it faces tougher competition from domestic EV makers led by BYD Co. Tesla's share of China's auto market shrank to around 6.7% in the fourth quarter of 2023, from 10.5% in the first quarter of last year, according to Bloomberg calculations based on China's Passenger Car Association data. Musk's surprise China visit is a watershed moment, Wedbush Securities senior analyst Dan Ives said in an interview with Bloomberg Television. This could open up FSD in China, which I view as unlocking what really could be the golden opportunity for them. Teaming with Baidu, one of about only 20 qualified suppliers with the country's top-level mapping credentials that can be applied to driver assistance functions, will allow Tesla to tap the Chinese company's lane-level navigation and mapping services. Tesla has been using Baidu for in-car mapping and navigation since 2020. In other words, Tesla FSD should be coming soon to China, and Musk seems clear to work with Baidu to send that data back home. A win, no matter what you think of the guy. None of this, of course, changes the problems that autopilot and FSD face back home. And I have to wonder how the Chinese government will deal with their occasional penchant for mayhem. But for now, Musk is certainly getting what he wanted. Pretty much globally, it feels like autonomous driving is accelerating faster than any regulations and rules can keep up with it. I also think it's entirely possible that Tesla's AI push could kick off some new arms race in the autonomy sector, even among consumer cars. Tesla has a weird way of making that happen. Having said all that, what autonomous car regulations do you want to see passed? If this becomes the norm for many cars, let's say more advanced, hands-off driving that still has manual controls, what should the rules be? And who should be responsible if something goes wrong? Source: reposted and summarized from @insideevs.